I am going to draw a Dewback. My son has this really great toy that he got in Disneyland, and the Dewback is from Episode 4, Star Wars. The stormtroopers rode the Dewbacks like horses. It's a really cool creature. And what you're going to need for today is a pencil, a sharpener, or if you don't have a sharpener, a lot of pencils that are sharp, and an eraser that works, that doesn't, change the color of your art. And that's about it. And later you are going to need some coloring materials, either pencils or watercolor. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so are we on? Yes. So the first thing you're going to do is look at your object and sort of figure out very lightly with your pencil the basic shape. So in this case, the basic shape of the Dewback is like a lima bean. Yesterday I said, the last time I videotaped, I said everything's a potato, but a lot of things are lima beans as well. So then there's the tail, gets a little wider, it tapers out as it extends off the body, and then this is the other part of the tail, and I'll be showing that later with some shadows. Now the legs, I'm just going to do simple shapes before I get into the details of the toes. One of the biggest mistakes people make is they draw really dark and they think, okay, this is going to be perfect, and then they start and they get really frustrated and they can't really work with their mistakes because they've drawn so dark. So try to resist the urge of drawing dark, and also work with your mistakes. So I'm definitely going to be needing my eraser, and now I have a pretty good setup. I'm also looking at the toy, and now I'm ready to start getting into details. So I'm going to show you the Dewback now. Oops, I'm going in the wrong direction. There he is, or she. She's very beautiful. Okay, more later. Trying to figure out the negative spaces between the positives, and I'm realizing it just takes time to see, to get into the flow, or your visual hemisphere, which is actually the right hemisphere in your brain, and maybe turn on your favorite music. It might help you get in the flow quicker. Just be sure to work with your mistakes. Now, I think it's not perfect at all, but I am okay with that. I am going to start to add color now, because that, as I've mentioned before, helps me relax and think. And I think I'm more of a color-oriented person than black and white, and I am not about perfection. A stopping point, and in summary, you want to start with basic shapes. Please do not start with too many details. Draw lightly, work with your mistakes, have some good erasers around. You may find that some of them don't look as good as they are. They might not erase, or they might leave marks. Also have a pencil sharpener, but don't press too hard. After you've drawn your basic shapes, negative space will be your friend. Really trust the air between the shapes. That is a key. And today I tried to listen to my advice to you, as I often say in class, and it does help when I listen to my own advice. Every so often, turn your picture upside down. My husband came in earlier and he said, "Your picture's upside down." I was like, "Yeah, I know, because your brain sees it more clearly when it's upside down. It's the right hemisphere, your visual hemisphere working. You see things as puzzle pieces fitting together as opposed to literal words or math. It's your visual hemisphere. So when I turn it upside down, I can see what I need to do for better or for worse. Also, if you're using watercolor, use a blotter. This is pretty much what I use the entire time. I should be sponsored by Viva, because this is half a Viva paper towel. And it's excellent. It's super high quality. And I learned that a long time ago from my mom. Thanks, Mom. She's a painter, very smart woman. And stick with it. Don't give up. It takes time to get into your right hemisphere, and it doesn't have to be realistic to be great.